Next, we need to show that a point is on the unit circle. So remember that if a point satisfies an equation, then when we plug in these values for x and y, this is an xy coordinate, then we should be equal. So what that means is we have x squared plus y squared equals 1 is our equation for our unit circle. So when we plug in negative 5 over 7 for x, and when we plug in negative 2 square root of 6 over 7 for y, these two values should end up equaling 1. All right, so let's try this. So first thing we need to remember is that this 2 goes to both the top and the bottom. So we have negative 5 squared over 7 squared plus negative 2 square root of 6 squared over 7 squared equals 1. Then we have to remember that this 2 goes to both this negative 2 and the square root of 6. So negative 5 squared over 7 squared equals negative 2 squared square root of 6 squared over 7 plus over 7 squared equals 1. All right. And now we're ready to multiply these out. So negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25 over 49, plus negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4, square root of 6 times square root of 6. Do you remember what that is? If we have square root of 6 times square root of 6, then we can think of this as 6 to the 1/2 times 6 to the 1/2. So we add our exponents, and we get 6 to the 1 to the 2 over 2, which is 6 to the first. So times 6 over 49 equals 1. So we have 25 over 49 plus 24 over 49 equals 1. They have a common denominator of 49, so we can go ahead and add across the top. So 25 plus 24 over 49 equals 1, and that gives us 49 over 49 equals 1. So 49 divided by 49 is what? That is just 1. So 1 equals 1, and that is true. So that means that our point satisfies our equation. Okay. Next, we're going to extend this concept. We want to locate a point on the unit circle. So we have a point, P is x, comma negative 7 over 25, and this lies on the unit circle in quadrant 4. And we want to find the missing x coordinate. So let's think about this. So we have y is negative 7/25. So that's going to be somewhere about negative 7/25 is about there. Okay. And so that means, and our point lies in the 4th quadrant, which is over here. So that means this is our point, right? If they had said it lied in the 3rd quadrant, we would have been over here and extended this way. But we are in fact in the 4th quadrant, so this is our point. All right, so again, this needs to satisfy our equation, x squared plus y squared equals 1. We know that y is negative 7/25, so we're going to plug that in. And then, just like when we solve, this is just solving an equation, so we want to solve for x. So x squared plus, again, negative 7 squared over 25 squared equals 1. So x squared plus 49 over 625 equals 1. Then we're going to move this over to this side. So x squared, we're going to subtract 49 over 625 from both sides. So now we have x squared equals 1 minus 49 over 625. We need to combine the 1 and the 49 over 625, but we do not have a common denominator. So we need to get ourselves a common denominator of 625. So x squared equals, and remember this 1 right here? We can think of this as 1 over 1 minus 49 over 625. So our common denominator is going to be 625. So we have x squared. We're going to multiply both the top and the bottom by 625 minus 49 over 625. So we have a common denominator, so now we can combine these. 625 minus 49 over 625. 625 minus 49 will give us 576 over 625. And now we need to solve x squared equals 576 over 625. So we're going to take the square root of both sides. And now just like we split the squared and put the squared up top and down bottom, we can split this square root. So first of all, the square root of x squared gives me back x. And then we have the square root of 576 over the square root of 625. All right. Now, there's something else that we're missing. What are we missing? So remember that when you have a number and you square it. So if we have the number 2 squared gives me 4. All right. What else gives me 4 when we square it? Well, negative 2 squared equals 4. So when we take the square root of 4, that could either be plus positive 2, or it could be negative 2, right? So that means that this is plus or minus the square root. Same thing down here. This is plus or minus. All right. So now we just need to find the square root of 576 and the square root of 625. The square root of 576 is 24. The square root of 625 is 25. So our answer is plus or minus 24/25. Okay. But we need to know whether we want this plus part or the negative part. So remember that x is 24 over 25. Or if we had negative, that would be about here. So if we want to lie in the fourth quadrant, right here, we want to have positive values. So that tells me that x is 24 over 25. All right, so now we have a similar problem that you're going to try. And I want you to try this problem. The point P, negative 5/13, comma y, lies in the unit circle in quadrant 2. Find the missing y coordinate. All right, so go ahead and try this on your own. And when you're done, or if you get stuck, go ahead and come back to the video and check your answer. All right, so we know that this needs to satisfy our equation, x squared plus y squared equals 1. When we plot this point, negative 5/13, it's about here. We want to be in quadrant 2. Quadrant 2 is up here. So we go up. And this is our point that we're looking for. Right there. All right. So when we plug negative 5/13 in for x, we get quantity negative 5 over 13 squared plus y squared equals 1. We need to distribute that squared in. We get 25 and 169. plus y squared equals 1. We need to subtract 25 over 169 from each side. All right, so then we have y squared equals 1 minus 25 over 69. 169, we need a common denominator. Remember this 1 we can think of as 1 over 1. So our common denominator is going to be 169. Multiply the top and the bottom. And now we are ready to combine these fractions. So y squared equals 169 minus 25 over 169. So y squared is 144 over 169. We need to take the square root of both sides now to get rid of this squared. So y is what? Plus or minus the square root of 149 over 169. Now we, 144, I'm sorry. 144. All right, so now we can take the square root of the top and then the square root of the bottom. What's the square root of 144? That gives us 12. So y is plus or minus 12 over, what, 13? All right, so y is either positive 12/13 or negative 12/13. So let's go back up to our graph and see which makes sense. So y is either 12/13 or y is negative 12/13. Well, up here, this is our point. Y is a positive value. So we want y is equal to 12/13. Hopefully that's the answer you got. If not, take a minute to review what we did and try another problem from your book. So now we're going to talk about the terminal point. The terminal point is the point on the unit circle obtained by moving a distance of t along the unit circle starting from the point 1, 0. So the point 1, 0 is right here. So the terminal point on the unit circle is obtained by moving a distance of t along the unit circle. So what does moving a distance of t along the unit circle mean? Well, it means that we go however far my distance is t, and that's my terminal point. So that has length t. We could also go around this distance t. But we call this a negative distance. So going counterclockwise is positive, going counterclockwise is negative. All right, so what distance would we need to travel counterclockwise and arrive back at the point 0, 1? So we want to travel counterclockwise and get to the point 0, 1. How far is this distance? Okay. Well, let's think about this. What is the entire length of this circle all the way around? What's the circumference? Well, circumference is equal to 2 pi times the radius. In this case, our radius is 1. So the circumference is 2 pi. So if we've gone around a fourth of that circle, we know that we've gone 2 pi divided by 4, which is pi over 2. Okay. So when we get to the point 0, 1, we've gone pi over 2. What if we want to get to negative 1, 0? So we're going to start from 1, 0, go all the way around. So now we've gone half of the circle. So 2 pi divided by 2 gives us back pi. We've gone a distance of pi. If we want to get to 0, -1, go around our circle, and we've gone 3/4 of the way around our circle. So 3 times 2 pi over 4, which gives me 3 pi over 2. Okay. So what if we want to go all the way around and back? So that's the entire circumference. Then that would be 2 pi. Okay. And now let's say we're going to throw one more at you. This was pi. All right, we're going to throw one more at you. Let's say we want to go back around. So we're going to travel all the way around our circle and then back to this point up here. How far have we gone? Well, we know the first time we went around, we went the circumference of our entire circle, which is 2 pi. And then we added this, which is another pi over 2. So we went 2 pi plus pi over 2. We need to have a common denominator. So we multiply top and bottom of this one. And think of it as 2 pi over 1. So multiply top and bottom by 2. So 2 times 2 pi over 2 plus pi over 2. I'm going to come back over here, have more room. So we have 4 pi over 2 plus pi over 2. Now we can combine 4 pi plus pi over 2 gives me 5 pi over 2. So to get from the point 1, 0 around our circle once and back to the point 0, 1, we went around a distance of 5 pi over 2. Okay. So now let's see, what if we want to arrive at these points going clockwise? So remember that going clockwise is negative. So we're going around this way. How far have we gone? Well, that's still 1/4 of my circle. So that's still 1/4 of 2 pi over 4. So this is going to be negative pi over 4 distance. To get to the point -1, 0, we're going to go around half of our circle. Because we're going clockwise, it's a negative distance. So we've gone negative pi. To get to the point 0, 1, going clockwise, negative 3 pi over 2. And to go all the way around our circle and back clockwise, we are at negative 2 pi.